फ्रन्टलाइन सोको साथमा साउथ वेस्टर्न स्टेट कलेज वसुन्धरा काठमाडौँ, रिलायन्स इन्टरनेसनल अकादमी सरस्वती नगर च्याबा हिल काठमाडौँ।
Welcome to another episode of Frontline Show. I'm Rajan Tamilsina, and today we are proud and honored. We have invited a special guest to discuss about the education system of Nepal. He is none other than Mr. Father Samuel Simick. He is the principal of St. Xavier's, and he has significantly contributed almost 2 or 3 decades in Nepal education system. Father, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we are really proud and honored first. You're here, you accepted our invitation, and you're here with us. Father, how long it's been you're here in Nepal on on this education system?
I came to Nepal in 1995, and then that time onwards I'm here. But I got into the education from 2007. Then I'm working from that time.
All right. So before that, what you've been doing and how you just connected with this worldwide education system, St. Xavier's?
So I belong to a Catholic family, Christian Catholic family,
Okay.
and we have a system called priest and religious.
Okay.
In that group, our leaders, church leaders, are the priests who live their life as celibate priests. They do not get married, they don't have a family and all. So I got interested in this type of life, to be a person for the others, give your life for the service. So that is my basic idea. So I got interested into this, and then as I was growing, then I saw Nepal as one of the opportunities where I can go and help people. So that was my idea, and then after my +2, I came to Nepal. And then I started learning about the culture of Nepal and knowing about the people and all. And then I fell in love with Nepal as such. So I've been here since then.
All right, Father. How long it's been you're here in Nepal? I mean,
So
how many years?
it's almost 25 years now.
Okay.
And I was born in Kalimpong, so it's quite a Nepali culture. So
You studied in Kalimpong.
Yeah,
In which institution?
I studied in SUMI, Scottish Mission Institution.
Uh-huh.
So I was there till class 10, and then I did my +2 in Government College Nepal, in Kalimpong, and then I went to various Indian cities for my other educations.
Okay, what was the scenario when you just entered Nepal and the education system, how you started it up, and can you give the insight of it?
As I came, as well, I was young, but I was not aware of what the education system was and how the education system was going. But St. Xavier's was already a name at that time also when I came. So I was quite happy to see that our education system, education system.
Probably it was only in Godavari.
No, it was already there in Jaulakhel,
Okay.
because Jaulakhel started in 1954. So it's already long back before I came. So it was with quite a name. So and then I was quite happy, and I did not really know about how the education system works, because I think that time it was more or less English education was quite famous, and they were doing private education. English education system was doing good, and then I came, and then once I entered into the education sector in 2007, I worked for the first time in Jhapa. We have a few schools in Jhapa also.
Okay.
And Moran Memorial was just beginning in the name of the first father who came to Kathmandu and started St. Xavier's, Father Marshal Moran. In his name we have a school in Jhapa, Maheshpur. They're just starting, so I started the schooling, teaching in the school from that place. And then I saw, yes, we do need a lot of education to the people of Nepal. In the cities, I saw, okay, people are doing good, education system is good, education infrastructures are good. But as you just get out of Kathmandu Valley or the cities, it was kind of eye-opening. So a lot of people who are without education. So that was my first impression.
Exactly. See, I think in Kathmandu, the system and the base are there, and infrastructure are also there.
Right.
But right once we leave Kathmandu and go outside, I think the community school are really pathetic. They're really like somewhere very like disturbing. I mean, nobody want their child to be in the community school.
Right.
And how do you think we can develop the community school in Nepal? As we go to India, the community school are really like busy. I mean, all the people are really rushing to admit their student in the
Right.
community-based
Right.
school. But here in Nepal, things are really like topsy-turvy, it's upside down. So why this is happening in Nepal, and how we can develop it?
One thing, a few things that I could see in the system, especially in the public education sector, what's going on is that our mentality is not right. So we say, okay, this is government schools, and we do not understand what is government, who is the government. So this is our government. That means people should realize that this is our school.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the government's. We think the government is something other than us.
Other than us, right?
So that is a big problem that I see. Our whole mentality is, oh, this is a Sarvajanik school, government school, you do anything you like, it is also government, paid by government, but the taxes are from the people. So I think that mentality has to change, first of all. And another one is the infrastructure development of the government school.
Exactly.
People, after the earthquake, I worked in the social sector, helping these education, especially the public education systems, especially infrastructures. And we intervened in almost about 88 schools, in the primary schools in various districts. And at that time I saw, and I went around at quite many districts where the earthquake had hit. And I was really surprised that most of the government schools had fallen down. So that means in the rural areas, the building itself is not good. Only those buildings were standing which was built by Japan.
Okay.
I think it was ADV or Japan, somebody built the schools, and those schools were standing. And anything that we had built, Nepalese had built, all fallen. So I was quite surprised that our aim towards the education was not really good. And third one is, we have to really have a skill manpower in the education sector. Last time we had a few things coming up, and we saw how many people are not able to get into the education system. The teachers that we have in the public sector, we see that those teachers are someone who are not able to really do well in other subjects.
To be a teacher.
Yeah, many places we saw those people who are not able to study, are not able to get into science and management, other subjects, go into the education courses, and then they later on become the teachers. I don't say that they are not good teachers, but the mentality as such, or teaching means something that job is menial job. We don't really aim for that. So that mentality has to change.
So this is a missionary education system, right?
Right.
I think this is worldwide.
Right.
And how you are like functioning here in Nepal, and what is the fee structure of the student? Can you give some highlights on
So our main aim in education is to open the minds of the people. So we have no discrimination as such that only the rich and the poor should study, but we try to amalgamate everybody. And in that one, we have a system, we have commissions of the education in the worldwide area. We are working in 112 countries, and we have about more than 3,000 schools, high schools running in all over the world. And then about 2.5 million students are there at this present. We can see 2.5 million students alone are there all over the world that we are giving the education. And in this one, we have been guided by few documents that we make. So all over the world, we have a document which we sit down, discuss.
It's the same guidelines
same guidelines for every Jesuit school all over the world. And with that guidelines, what we say is, IPP is one thing, Ignatian Pedagogical Paradigm. That is the not new, it's almost about 450 years old document as such, how to run the school. So that is there, and in that one we tend to change according to the situation, according to the place, according to the people. And then we come as one way of giving the education. So our main aim is to make people who are excellent, not only in education but also as human beings. So that is our main aim. And in that one we have, yes, academic excellence is always there, and their behavioral excellence is there, moral excellence. So everything we tend to look into. And fee structure, as you said, sorry. Fee structure, you said. We tend to keep the fee structure low because we want to bring the people, especially of the lower strata, working class, because the affluent people can have their, they have money and they have resources. They can go into any schools, they can go foreign countries for the and foreign education system. They can get it. But we want to give the people who are okay, who can manage day-to-day life, working class, the education quality that could match with the affluent quality. So that's our aim. So therefore we keep the fee low. At present in Jawaharlal Khel, if you want to look into, like class 10 has about 90,000 per year as a year.
That's a fair deal. Okay.
And if a person is earning about maybe 20,000 per month, I think one child could be
They
put
can
into
also afford for
yeah,
Xavier's,
yes,
right?
yes.
So, see, one way you are doing your missionary on the lower fee structure, you are
Right.
you have got the international standard education system. You are giving it to the public, to the students. And on the other hand, see, it's been around like two or three decades on this moment. We can see that education is being as a business here in Nepal.
Right.
A lot of people, they are taking it as a business, and with a very huge fee structures, and they are showing the infrastructures, everything that is all going as a business. Yes. How do you see that?
Yeah, that is one problem that I see in Nepal education system as such. When we go into the Company Act, then it will become a profit-making sector where we really don't think of whether I am giving a quality education to the children, or whether I am making the children capable of. We may be thinking of how much profit that I am creating. So that could disturb the education system at all. And so this education usually bring the rich education institutions are bringing the international baccalaureates inside. So that could also create a gap between the public sector and the private sector. So which they may be paying a lot, and also the education quality is coming from the other countries. Maybe the Australian education system, American education system, British education system is getting into the country, and the country's whole working population after 10-20 years may not be here. So that also is there, and that craze is also with us. Like all our students want to get out to the other countries. They have in mind the foreign baccalaureates, foreign education system is better than our education system. So that is also created by this disparity between the private.
We can see that a lot of even the students after they just pass the high school or after schooling, all want to go abroad.
Right.
I mean, the first destination is USA, Australia, and then if not, also they are moving on to Europe and all. So why this is happening? Is it the lack of the government, or is it the education foundation we have built up that is not up to the level or not up to the standard, or the curriculum is not working out? What is the reason behind this? I mean, why so many migrants are there? Why students don't want to get here in Nepal on the education and higher education?
One thing is in Nepal we have good secondary education. Let's see, we have private schools working in the secondary education, and the graduation, though we have private colleges, but that's not doing very well. One important part is we have given good education. Yes, a private school have given good education, and many people want to pursue their career into higher education, into various renowned colleges and universities. That's good. I would prefer that they go out, study, but come back. That is not happening. So now coming back is not happening because of the various reasons. One thing is the political instability that we have. People do not see the future in Nepal. They see only thing that you can do is politicize everything. Or you may be in the political party, or if you do something else you need to pay a lot of taxes, too much of tax. So system itself has to change if you really want to keep the brain of our country inside our country, as well as the skill manpower. It's not only the higher education or the rich education institutions, children are going out, or the quality educated children are going out, but everybody is, even the skill levels, the workers, even if they have not studied, they are going out to earn. So that means the country has not given our citizen a dream that you can do something in the country. There is something coming up in the country. So that is, I think, lacking in the leadership, that we have to create some job, create something. Yes.
Father, I have seen like in the USA, the system is really different. It's more vibrant. I mean, people who just carry forward on the schools, they are given the really more than in a curriculum focus. They go in a practical base. Do you think that we need to change our curriculum slightly, or we need to drastically change the curriculum? That will match in the international level.
One problem that I see in the system is we are trying to imitate other countries. Like we are trying to imitate US or Japan. It will not work in Nepal, because Nepal's situation itself is very different. In the cities, okay, you can have certain things that the US and Japan are doing, but we cannot have in the rural sectors, because there are no road, no facilities, nothing, no internet, no calls, no lights.
That's the practical base. If they are doing agriculture, let them learn about agriculture. Why they are giving this geometry, algebra, and all this? That's not it. Even my practices also. Like whatever I have learned in my school base here in Nepal, that is almost, I'm finding it right now as being a professional, 20% is on the use.
Right.
Arithmetic is on the use, English is on the use, Nepali is on the use, remaining is the waste, and I feel myself like my curriculum was really a waste. Why I just invested so many time, so long time. I mean, the schooling time is so long. 10, 12 years will be investing in the schools. Don't you think like we need to change certain curriculum that is not useful, that has already gone up? Certainly they have, that it's been in a long run, they are not in use. Do you think that we need to revise the curriculum?
Yes, we need to, because according to the context that we are living in, both things are very important. One thing is formal education, sitting down, learning. It develops in human beings certain kind of patience, the routine and the discipline. So that is very important also for all of us as human beings. And yes, the curriculum itself has to be looked into very, very critically, and what works, what does not work has to be looked into. And main thing is, with this curriculum, what I am going to give tomorrow? Where are the children going? Okay, after 20 years, whether this curriculum is going to make a sense to the people. I think that type of visionary we need in the country. And think about, okay, after 20 years, where will our country be? Okay, whether we will be in this same place. If we are, for example, if you use the same key, it does not open the new door, no? So that is saying is there. The same key will open the same door only. So if the curriculum is the same for 20 years, people will be coming out as the same people, no? Same type of knowledge, same type of idea. So I think change is important, but we should not really bring things from the other country and then put it in our country and try it. It's only an experiment. But we have to look into what is the importance for our people and our country and in our place. Whether we can, though the new act has vision into that, that giving to the local community or local governance to look into and create a new syllabus. But that's another danger also is there, but it is good. But another danger is that do we have visionaries into those areas? That's a problem.
Do you think that in that city part, valley especially, you can say that the High School has changed up, and some changes are coming here in Nepal, which can be the model for all the people, all the entire other district of Nepal too. Do you think that the community base is changing right now? Community schools are changing right now, and that will go to the another district or overall Nepal, that will make the impact?
Yes, one thing is, whenever you are in the education sector, it is a service sector, and we cannot really think of earning profit within a year as such. So we have to invest it for a longer time. So in the city level, you can build a good infrastructure. You have easy access to the road, easy access to the people, and people can come and have time for studies and all. That's easy for the city. But you go to the rural municipalities, they have no infrastructure. To put up the infrastructure itself, they need a lot of investment. And who is going to give an investment? The government says collect the tax and do it. That's not possible for the rural development. So what I see is there will be a huge gap within the public schools of the city as well as the rural areas. So that gap we have to look into, and how to bridge that gap we have to think of. Yes, they may try to imitate what the cities are doing well. If they want to imitate, let's say in Bajura, Bajang, can they do that? I mean, that's not possible for them to.
The Xavier is also like taking the initiation going outside the valley, even in the rural area. Can you give some insight of that?
Yes, we have experimental basis, which I think it's about 12 years. We have already working in one of the remote areas. Now it's not so remote as such, Ruby Valley, which is upper northern part of Dading. And in there, what we have done is we have sent 2 of our men, and they are helping in 2 schools, in the high school and the primary schools. We take up English, maths and science, and help them in management and also running of the school. Infrastructures and all we do not help much, but the management of the school, how to manage and what are the things to be incorporated in the school, what are the activities should be there beside the curriculum. So in that one, what we have found is the level of thinking, the critical thinking part, and the quality of the students has increased. So I think that is a kind of new system that we can also build into.
That's a great
and
job.
work. Yeah.
So, Father, what I really want to ask you is how we can, support the students who are really living in a rural area like Umla, Jumla, Mogu, Kalikori. You know that place is really it's up in the hill, and the living standard is really poor. How we can upgrade those people who are out of reach? I mean, from the valley or from the central zone of Kathmandu. And how we can develop the education system on the Himalayan belt. Right.
That's one of the challenges that we as all Nepalis feel that we need to, because if you don't do that one, then you see the disparity between this city and also the influx of the people to the cities are too much. So I think it's only government can do it. Individuals, yes, NGOs are going there, but they will have some impact, but not for the longer period of time, because the resources are very limited. And if the government can put more resources into these areas and the better facilities, giving better facilities, better teachers, better managers onto those areas, I think that would solve a problem. And also private public partnership is very important on those areas.
Okay, Father, thank you very much. You have come to our shows, and you have really, we are really honored. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was Father Samuel Simick. He's the principal of St. Xavier's. We are really honored. We had really good discussion with him. Thank you. Bye-bye.